A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a monumental shift for Syria, the country's de facto leader, Ahmed al-Sharaa, has successfully brokered an agreement with various rebel factions to dissolve their individual groups and unify under the newly restructured defense ministry. This unprecedented move comes in the wake of the recent takeover of Damascus by opposition forces, marking a significant turning point in the ongoing civil conflict that has plagued the nation for over 13 years. The meeting that led to this agreement was attended by the heads of the rebel factions and concluded with a consensus to integrate their forces under the supervision of the defense ministry. Prime Minister Mohammed al-Bashir had previously indicated that the ministry would be revitalized using personnel from these former rebel groups, as well as defectors from Bashar al-Assad's regime. This decision has been hailed as perhaps the most pivotal development in Syria since the fall of the Assad regime, as reported by Al Jazeera's Rizal Serdar from Damascus. Serdar highlighted the urgency of this unification, noting that after the regime's collapse, armed opposition fighters surged into the capital, each claiming control over different territories. The primary concern had been how these diverse and heavily armed factions would merge into a cohesive unit. Al-Sharaa, who also leads Hayat Tahrir al-Sham (HTS), the most dominant military force in Syria, expressed confidence in this new arrangement. He reassured both local and international observers that the integration of these groups would be conducted peacefully, emphasizing that HTS would not pursue vengeance against the previous regime, nor would it suppress any religious minorities. His focus, he stated, would be on reconstruction and economic development rather than further conflict. Following a strategic offensive that propelled HTS into power in Damascus, the interim government appointed Mirhaf Abu Khazra, a prominent figure in the rebellion, as the new defense minister. This new leadership faces the challenging task of maintaining order among the various factions that have historically been at odds with one another. The ethnic and religious diversity of Syria adds another layer of complexity to this situation. Minorities, including Muslim Kurds, Shiites, and various Christian communities, have previously expressed fears that a Sunni Islamist rule could threaten their existence. Al-Sharaa has sought to alleviate these concerns during discussions with Western officials, ensuring that his administration will respect all religious and ethnic groups. In a related diplomatic development, Qatar has called for the immediate lifting of sanctions on Syria, following a high-profile visit to Damascus by a Qatari delegation. The reopening of the Qatari embassy in Syria signifies a thaw in relations that had been strained for over a decade. Qatar's foreign ministry spokesperson emphasized the necessity of lifting sanctions, arguing that the reasons for their imposition are no longer relevant. As the new administration begins to take shape, the international community watches closely to see how these changes will unfold. The integration of rebel factions into a single military force under the defense ministry could pave the way for a more stable and unified Syria, but the path ahead remains fraught with challenges. Al-Sharaa's leadership will be tested as he navigates the delicate balance of power among the various groups and addresses the concerns of the country's diverse population. The world holds its breath as Syria embarks on this new chapter, hoping for peace and stability after years of turmoil. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.